Welcome everybody to ZEND framework part 4. We need to create a new database in our database here and call it exceptions. So in order to do that, just go to your database here and go to create a new table. So basically you just need to create a new table here. You need to type the table name exceptions. Alright, so we got 3 columns. Alright, the first thing you need to type the ID, exception ID. The second is we're gonna say the message, and the last one we're gonna name it as let me say the date, right? So the first one gonna be integers, gonna be auto increment, also gonna be primary. The second one is gonna be text, and the last one is gonna be date. So we just want to choose date here. All right, we just want to create it, save it. All right, so we get a new table here called exceptions. So I need to create the object for this exception. So pretty much we need to go here in the framework, and we need to create a DB table, and we just want to name it as exceptions, and the database name is exceptions. All right, so just name it, and as you can see, we just created a new as you can see here, a new exceptions model. So if we go to controllers, the tower application config, models, and tables, we got an exception, and the name is gonna be just ID. The primary key here is the ID, and I need to create a data X object for this exception. So pretty much I need to do the same thing. I need to create a model and name it as exceptions DAL. Alright, so basically if you go table and you go here to DB table, back, we got an exception DAL. And this, we gotta do the same thing. We're gonna take the user DAL, and we just need the insert here. Alright, we need to take this. Alright, copy it and go exception DAL. We just need to type this. So the name is exceptions, and alright, just want to create a new create exception. Create exception. Alright, and it's gonna just, I don't want to do this here. Alright, so I just want to create a new exception, and for that exception we just need to pass the array here and insert it into the database. Alright, so that means we need all the time to instantiate the exception into our database, so in our DataX object. So this is the database DataX object, and inside the, you can just copy it and go to user, user DAL. We need to type private exception is alright. Inside the constructor, I just want to say this ex underscore ex is equal to new exception, and all the time we just want to take this ex, and inside all these statements here we just want to say we need to create an exception. I'm not excellent at reading, but hey, I just want to come here and just type here create an exception for this error. So we repeat this across all the catch statements here, and also we repeat it here. Alright, so we just created the exception. In the exception DAL here, we just inserted the new array. But hey, wait a minute, just want to insert other thing. If we go to index controller, we got this stuff. Just want to copy it, put it here. We don't need user, we don't need an ID. And here the exception, we got a message. I need the message, and I actually need the date. I also need the date, so paste the date in here. We need to type now. Alright, and this is the message that we're gonna take it from here, from M, and I just want to put it here, M. So this way we are saying that we're gonna save this into the database, so any exception is gonna be saved into the database. Alright, and this is pretty much fine and excellent because we got an exception for each class. Any exception gonna be saved into the database. Alright, so we just create exception, and also here we just gonna create an exception. So if you try this, whether it's work or not, you're gonna refresh. We got a problem line 23, so go into the user data X layer in line 23. Let me just check it. Yeah, the problem is we need to use this notation in order to put this function in. This underscore exception, this underscore exception, and this underscore exception. Alright, so we just go here, fresh, reload, and as you can see here, if you go to exceptions table, you're not gonna see anything because we don't have anything to we don't have any exceptions. But assume that I wanna play with it. Go to, let me just check the time here. We got 8 minutes, 7 minutes. That's okay. If you want to say I just want to delete user number 2, and you know that there's in the table of users there's no user called user number 2 because we deleted it before. So right now if you try to reload and go exceptions, and the same thing, we don't have any exception. But hey, if you come here to delete user and just type I don't want just type something like this. Alright, and you need to call this. So must be an array. Alright, so this is alright, we just alright, we got an exception here. So say, wait a minute, what I do here? Okay, delete user. Delete user number 2. I'm trying to refresh him. Okay, everything is fine, but if we type 299, try refresh here. Alright, go exception. So this is a way that how to handle exceptions and how to store any exception that might occur in your process into the database. And I don't know, I guess this is pretty much fine because in this way you handle any exception and you save it into the database. And this is pretty much fine because a lot of time you would like to do something similar to this. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, alright, we get this and it's fine. But if if you back here, we put something in it, throws and exceptions. We put here something like this, and when we try to refresh this, we get an error that catchable fatal error argument 1 pass to ZEND DB table abstract insert must be an array null given called application exception DAL PHP on line 20 and denoted, wait a minute, defined in. Alright, so we try to call this in. Alright, but we go to data exception here. Okay, we trying to pass this M, but I guess the problem is we trying to pass this, but the way that we do this is we pass an array. We are passing an array, so we need to not pass the E, we need to pass this. Actually, we need to pass this E message. So that's the problem. We are passing an array, and definitely this is gonna work. This is not gonna work. So we need to pass the message alone. Alright, so we need to pass the message alone here. So this way, when you go to public, try refresh. Alright, go back please. Or public. Alright, say must be an array, not given. Create an exception. Wait a minute, we just take this message. Yeah, this one. The problem with this one, because array is not defined and we're trying to pass something is not defined, and that's why. Right now, if you go to exceptions, we're gonna see we have an exception here, and this exception is because we have column not found. And if you go to index again and type here 1, alright, we go to public, we go to exceptions, we got no exception. But if you try to refresh this again, because we deleted one, you go exceptions, or we got, wait a minute, okay, we got everything works fine because it's not found. But if you type AS and here go public again and go exceptions, you gotta see a new exception because there's syntax violation. Alright, so this is pretty much fine because you save the exception and you know what is going on here. Alright, so this is pretty much for this tutorial. Thank you guys for watching. Here's ahmadnassr.com. You can join me on my website, ahmadnassr.com, and you got a bunch of stuff there, and you can also put comments. You can also join my blog. You gotta see a lot of beneficial stuff here. So guys, thank you again for watching, and see you in another video.